This is Season 8. From day one, the mission was impossible. Win the Premier League trophy in 8 seasons, from the mud to the top of the world. And after the miracle of survival in Season 7, I finally understood something. We weren't ready. Not for a title race. Not for Manchester City. Because while we had built the most dangerous attack in England, our goal was an open door. We had the best striker in the world, but behind him, we had nothing that could win us a title. So I was ready to fix it. My priority was a world-class goalkeeper, but reality hit fast. The budget was tight. We had Liam Mitchell, a talented kid from Messi's academy with a bright future. But this isn't a fairy tale. You don't throw a teenager into the fire of the Premier League title race and expect him to survive. We needed something bigger. We needed a miracle. And then my phone rang. It wasn't the boss. It wasn't the scouts. It was a video call from a yacht in the Mediterranean. Luka Modric. For a second, I didn't see a retired player. I saw history. My mind went back to Season 2, cold nights, empty stands, a broken club, trying to believe in itself. He was there when this story truly began, when nobody cared, when nobody believed. He's been retired for years, but he's been watching. Everything, every match, every goal, every collapse, because some players retire. But legends, they don't leave. They just find new ways to change the game. He didn't call to chat. He called to save us. Days later, Modric held a press conference, and with one speech, he changed everything. He spoke. 7 years ago, a manager named CY took a chance. On players nobody believed in, on a project nobody understood, on a retired legend like me. We started in the mud. Now, we are at the gates. To cross that line, I am launching the CY Infinity Fund. What happened next was bigger than football. Modric invested. Ter Stegen followed. Fans, thousands of them, followed. From the streets to celebrities, Tom Holland. Supporters across the world. They all bought into one thing, the dream. $10 million. Raised in a single month. Just like that, the impossible was funded. And I knew exactly what to do. No hesitation. No second-guessing. My scouts and I went hunting for the best. We found him. Mike Maignan, Magic Mike. He has the scars of Serie A and the ice in his veins from France. The kind of player who doesn't just stop shots. He changes games. Here we go. But one signing wouldn't fix everything. We needed depth. We needed flexibility. So I brought in reinforcements. Matheus Nunes. He is an all-rounder. He plays as a right back but also can play as a midfielder. Most importantly, he knows City's secrets. Mosquera, a physical wall we desperately lacked. And El Tanaka, our first Asian player. He is Myra's backup defensive midfielder. For the first time, this squad felt complete. And then, the season began. We started strong. A 3-1 win against Southampton, confident, controlled, professional. For a moment, it felt like we had arrived. But then came our first real test. Nunes faced his former club, Manchester City, even with Maignan making saves that defied physics. There are some things in football you just can't stop. Erling Haaland is one of them. A glitch in the matrix. A 3-1 loss. And that's when the Premier League reminded us. It doesn't care about your story. It doesn't care about your journey. It only cares about results. But Zerato, that loss only made him hungry. He evolves. After the game, Zerato reached 90 overall. He is not just a striker anymore. He is a weapon, a statement, a problem for the entire league. A contender for Golden Boot this season again. What followed was chaos. We lost to Brighton, but then we beat Liverpool. Isak scored in the first minute, but Zerato answered with a brace that shook the stadium. bringing us a 3-2 victory. This was the first time the dressing room believed we could actually fight with the best. Then came Rado's hat trick against Palace. Though our defense let us down for a draw. We fought into the top 4 after wins against West Ham and Fulham for the first time. The dream felt real. But then the injuries hit. Myra went down. Tanaka went down. I was forced to shift our tactics and move to a desperate defensive 5-3 formation. By game 10, we had slipped to 7th. The dream was slipping. Then came Wolves, the team we humbled in the championship playoffs 2 years ago. They came back for their revenge, and Toulouse scored a hat-trick past us. A reminder in this league. No one forgets. Then came the Traitors' Derby, the one match. That mattered more than all of them. Bournemouth. Thomas Krog, the traitor, Season 7. He watched us fall. He laughed at us. He believed. We weren't ready. This time, we were. Not from the first whistle. We didn't play football. We made a statement. With Rado's hat-trick, we won the derby against Bournemouth for the first time. We didn't just win, we erased him. I looked at the bench. Krog. His face turning black with defeat was the highlight of the season. That was the moment I knew. Whatever happens this season, we've already won something bigger. But the real magic happened in the Carabao Cup. Manchester City. A silly own goal gave them the lead. This is the first time I know that we can have an assist in own goal. But in the 87th minute penalty, Rado steps up goal, 3-2. We knocked out the champions. Then, we faced the red side of Manchester. What happened next? Shouldn't be possible. Rado went nuclear. He scored 6 goals against Manchester United. At that moment, the critics stopped. The world was beginning to realize and started saying, "He's the best. He's the King of England." Napoli came. They came back with a desperate offer for our king, $131.9 million. They came with $80 million previously, but I rejected the offer. For a second, I looked at that number and thought about it. That money could rebuild everything. With that money, I could have bought Holland. I could have bought Donnarumma. I could have stolen the core players of Manchester City to win the title. But I didn't need to decide what Rado already did. He didn't want the money. He didn't want the Italian sun. He wanted the trophy here. He stayed. Because some players chase money, others chase legacy. He proved why by scoring another hat-trick against Forest. 3-1 win. We won against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup and a ticket to the semi-finals. We had humbled the Blues. But in the Premier League, if you wound a giant, you'd better be ready for retaliation. Just days later, we had to do it all over again. Same team, same stadium, different stakes. Chelsea hadn't forgotten the cup defeat. They adjusted their tactics. They took their revenge. A 2-1 loss. By mid-season, we are currently in 5th place. This is better than last season when we were fighting to avoid relegation, and now we are fighting for the Premier League trophy. But now the problem is the gap to City was 14 points. Then came the FA Cup. We watched the impossible. While we knocked out Walsall with a 4-1 win, Manchester City were knocked out by Wycombe. Then the second half of the season began. We started strong again with a Rado hat-trick against Southampton. Manion tried his best but still cannot keep a clean sheet. But in the Carabao semi-final against Arsenal, they are scoring for fun. Arsenal ended our Carabao dreams, destroying us 9-2 on aggregate. The cup was gone. We had one focus left, the Premier League. After the tiring intensive week of games, Zerato needed a rest, so we had to start Revilla. But our opponent is City, with Holland scoring all 5. Revilla had the only goal. We lost 5-1 to Manchester City. That loss didn't just hurt the table, it exposed the truth. We weren't chasing the title anymore, we were chasing a miracle. The team decided to give a vent to Brighton. A 5-1 win. Then we lost against Liverpool. I looked at the table. The gap became 20 points. The Premier League trophy was sitting in the Etihad, and the locks were already turning. Then, Crystal Palace. I thought we would win the game. But at the last minute, a penalty shootout. Manion saved one but could not save the second rebound. A 3-3 draw. In a last-ditch effort, I tried something insane. The suicide tactic. A 3-4-3 formation. Full attack. Maximum offensive style. High pressure. It wasn't football. It was a riot. It worked in the first game against West Ham, 3-2 win. Then Fulham, a 3-3 draw. Then came the Brentford game, a 5-3 victory. Goals everywhere. The fans in the CR7 stadium were losing their minds. We were not playing harambol like Arsenal. But a riot can't last forever. This tactic came with price. Our players were picking up yellow cards like they were souvenirs. Fatigue set in, mistakes and injuries often. Arsenal exposed our high line for a 3-2 loss. Then Everton simply waited for us to tire and picked us apart. A 3-0 defeat. The experiment was over. It was too much risk, too much chaos. I shut it down. Back to control. We tried to bully the Wolves next, but their defense was a fortress. But even if the title was slipping away, there was one ghost I needed to lay to rest. The second Traders' Derby of the season. This time, we didn't just beat them. We suffocated them. We didn't give them a single inch of grass. We blocked every passing lane. We saved every shot. Total control. Total domination. We won 3-2-0. And the best part, Thomas Krog. He sat on the bench. Forced to watch the team he abandoned destroy the team he joined. Krog's face was a mask of misery. He wasn't laughing anymore. He was a man realizing he'd walked away from a legacy to become a footnote. We didn't just beat Bournemouth. We conquered the traitor, and just like that, the ghost was gone. But so was the dream. As the sun set on the Derby, the math finally caught up to us. With 7 games to go, the dream of the Premier League trophy officially died. We couldn't catch City. We were mathematically eliminated. 8 seasons of scouting, training, and fighting. And I had failed the mission from season 1. I walked towards the boss's office. I didn't look at the photos on the walls of CY8FC's glories. I was ready to be fired. I opened the door. The boss was standing by the window, looking out over the CR7 stadium. Ronaldo didn't yell. He didn't point at the standings. He turned around, walked across the room, and put his hand on my shoulder. He didn't speak like an owner. He spoke like a mentor. CY, look at where we are. You brought this club from the mud of the 6th Division to the Premier League in 7 seasons. You found the future of Portugal. You earned the respect of the world. That is bigger than any piece of silver. That is bigger than a trophy. And I realized he was already satisfied with what I had done. And in that moment, everything changed. This wasn't a failure project. This was evolution. This was a legacy. He gave me one final task. Finish the job. Secure the top 6. Give this club a qualification for Europe competitions. For the next 5 games, 5 straight draws, it was as if the universe decided we had seen enough drama. Sunderland, draw. Manchester United, draw. Aston Villa, draw. Forest, draw. Tottenham, draw. That fan who swore he wouldn't cut his hair until we hit a 5-win game streak. It wasn't the win streak he wanted, but after 5 straight draws, I think even his barber was tired of waiting. We broke the curse against Chelsea. It was a 1-2-0 masterclass from Magic Mike. He was the reason we were still standing. The fight for the top 6 is tough. 5 of us are fighting for it on the final day. We had our final game against Newcastle. Our old nemesis, Walter Maid, hit us a second hat-trick against us. In the dying minutes, Bruno Fernandes made one final strike into the back of the net, one last goal before announcing his retirement. The general had finished his march. The whistle blew. Manchester City officially won the Premier League. We finished in 6th place with 60 points. We had secured the UEFA Conference League, fulfilling the boss's wish. When you look at the stats, the improvement is staggering. 16 wins, 12 draws, and 10 losses. We are miles ahead of where we were last season. And Ronaldo, the king, didn't just win the Golden Boot. He again proved that he is the best striker in the world by breaking the Premier League record with 59 goals in a single season. He outscored the entire squads of some Premier League teams. He beat Erling Haaland's best record after 10 years. He proved that even if the team didn't have the trophy, we had the greatest weapon in football history. Man City went on to win the treble, beaten PSG twice in the Champions League and the Club World Cup. But they missed the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Haaland took the Ballon d'Or. But they don't have our story. In football, a perfect ending doesn't exist. And maybe that's what makes it beautiful. Look at the greats. Messi won every trophy imaginable. He completed everything. He has nothing left to prove. But look at Ronaldo. He's 41. He's closing in on 1,000 goals. And he's still chasing that one final World Cup dream. He doesn't play because he needs the money or the fame. He plays because the fire never goes out. We aren't the champions of England today. But look at the journey 8 seasons ago. We started with nothing. No money, no stars, no future. From a team nobody respected, to a club the world can't ignore. Today, we are a European club, and maybe this was never the end, because if we had won the title, the story would be over. The book would be closed, but we didn't. So the fire is still burning. We rose from nothing. We won 4 league trophies. We beat the Big 6. We conquered the traitor. We built a legacy. But this story was never written alone. Every comment, this is your club too. So this isn't the end. Because as long as even one of you is still watching, the story of CY8FC